I'm going to talk about this in the next several uh, spots in this chapter about the conditions being satisfied. When you run a hypothesis test, there's certain conditions that have to be satisfied. The conditions vary depending on the test. Is it a proportion? Is it a t-test? Is it what type of test is it? For a t-test, you got to have a random sample. That all of them, you got to have a random sample, and the population must have a normal distribution with an average, a mean mu, and a standard deviation of sigma. All right. So my point here is just this. You got to make sure these conditions are satisfied, because if they're not satisfied and you just go and plug your data into StatCrunch is going to spit out p-values, and you're going to draw a conclusion about rejecting the null hypothesis or failing to reject the null hypothesis. You're still going to come up with those conclusions, but if the conditions are not satisfied, those conclusions are meaningless. So you got to make sure the conditions are satisfied. And if you ever write up a paper where you gather data and you utilize one of these hypotheses tests, in the paper, you want to make sure that you mention that the conditions are satisfied, so the results are reliable.